The new feature that they've added that is it's actually cool and a little complex all at the same time, and that's this performance center. And there's a couple different ways I think you can use this. What we can do is come in here, add a player, set the elevation. We'll click start practice and let it load up. But what you can do with it is you can create a hole or create a random set of holes and create random distances and then hit different shots to those distances. So you have to make decisions, make choices. And it's kind of a good way to practice instead of hitting the same club or same distance over and over. Now, what it does for to score, which is actually I think is kind of the complicated part, is it uses strokes gained. So if you've been watching golf or you've been following that idea of strokes gained, the idea is when someone's playing at certain parts of their game, whether it's driving or putting or chipping or whatever it might be, are they gaining strokes on the field or are they losing strokes on the field based on that part of their game? And so what this does at the moment is it gives you strokes gained compared to tour player averages. So it's going to tell you, are you gaining strokes on a PGA Tour player? Which most of us aren't going to play against PGA Tour players, so most of the time you're going to find that you lose strokes against PGA Tour players. However, they've said that they're going to add it handicapped in so that you could play against somebody with a similar handicap to you and then you kind of see. But the idea is to see, are there parts of your game that are strong or weak, or can you make decisions that will make your game stronger or weaker? So let me show you kind of a quick overview of how to use it, and then we'll dive in and work on it a little bit. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is you can set up different setups. So like I'll show you one way I think that might be fun to set it up, and that would be if you don't do it as an interval, you just pick a distance. So like let's pick a distance we want to practice at, 120 yards, for example. And instead of having it be random where it's going to change the greens for us, we're just going to pick a green. So we'll pick a green like this, just the number one green, and then we're going to pick a pin placement. And now what it's going to do is it's going to create this hole for us. And now we have this 120-yard shot where the pin's in the middle. And you'll see here it's given us where tour male is the circle, and it's measuring it against total distance. And then what's going to happen is as we hit shots, it's going to tell us, are we gaining strokes on the field on that shot, or are we losing strokes on the field on that shot? So let's hit a couple of shots and get an idea. I was playing with this a little bit earlier, so that this won't be super embarrassing, but we'll see how it goes. So 120 yards. I have noticed it takes a minute to think about it. Okay, so I'm on the green, back into the green, against the PGA Tour, against a tour player. That shot loses me 0.28 strokes. All right. So let's see again. Let's hit another one so we can do better. Should be a little better, but let's see. All right, so that's inside the circle. So now I gain 0.2 of a stroke against the Tour Pro with that shot. So the idea is you'll see as I'm going along, it's giving me down here the results for each shot, but then it's keeping a cumulative total for me too. So the idea is if I hit 10 or 20, 120-yard shots, then I can see like, is that a strong point of my game or a weaker point of my game? The other thing I can do is I can come in and change it. So like I could come in here and change it. So let's change it now. We'll keep the hole the same, but let's change the distance now to 150 yards, right? And we'll confirm that. And now I can come in here at 150 yards and do the same thing. We left, I think. Not too bad, but a little bit. Oh, look at that. Okay, but then, see, it's spun back out of the circle. So now I've lost the tenth of a yard, tenth of a stroke, I mean. So let's see if we can do it a little better. A little harder. Should be better. Oh, it's spun out again. So now I lost me almost a tenth of a stroke. So at 150 yards with these two shots, of course only two, I'm really lucky. Let's see. Over. So now over the green in the rough, so that lost me 6/10 of a stroke, or almost 7/10 of a stroke. So the idea is that as you hit different distances, you can see like how do you do compared to tour pros. But that's kind of the scoring. But I think you could use it really as like target practice, right? Which is you can adjust the elevation to the elevation where you're at, or whatever elevation you want to practice at, and then you can set the hole up. So like if we wanted to change it and set up, like another way we might do it, for example, is we could come in here and we could pick a green. Let's pick let's make it really short, like, seems to me like the little thing moves the wrong way, but let's just do like a 40-yard chip, for example. That's something I've been having trouble with. And let's pick a different pin placement, and then we'll pick confirm here. All right, so now we have just a little 40-yard chip. But I think this would be, a little more fun for practice than just the shot analysis. So. Okay. A little open. Oh, that sand trap's making me nervous, so that was bad. I told you this is part of my game I'm having trouble with right now. All right. That might not be bad. Too much maybe. Here, roll through. Too much, I think. And they're close, right? Just a little too hard. Open. You also can set it up so that it either is according to your total distance or carry. So if I come here under settings, under game, I can change it to carry. I can also change the speed of the green and the softness, all of that kind of stuff. So if I change it to carry distance, then what will happen is the ball is just going to stop where it hits. So which isn't super accurate, but I mean, it's accurate the distance, but in real life, the ball's going to roll a little bit. You'll see, like, when that hits, it's just going to stop. Like that. So it's just going to be your carry distance or your carry location versus a tour player's carry location. See, like that one's better. But it would have rolled out, right? So anyway, that's the Performance Center.